Quintessential Matchbox 20. It's 3 a.m. I must be lonely. My guests of the day are ready to come on.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Okay, with me, Hrishikesh. It's my lucky day. That rhymes. Two of the loveliest girls in the business are hanging with me in lockdown, and I'm not complaining. Jasleen Royal, how are you? Good to see you. It's been a while.
I'm good. Yeah, it's been a while. How have you been?
I've been okay. I couldn't complain. And Radhika, thankfully, you're not with that mad Baba friend of mine again. Homie. He didn't even let you talk the last time around. I said, what the hell is? What the hell is this? It's only you who are talking. So I'm happy at least we have somebody nice like Jasleen who will allow you to talk. So I'm going to start with you, Radhika. I'm quite stunned by the fact that you play the keyboards. I mean, is it something you started learning when you were in school? Did you have a tutor coming home? Did you learn online? How did that happen? Tell us about that.
Nothing like that. Nothing, not at all. I just remember that, वो जो mom dad आपको दिला नहीं देते keyboard बचपन में. I think जब आप 8-9 के होते हो कि बस songs कुछ भी play करते रहो.
Casio from sorry to interrupt, but Casio from Palika Bazaar basement.
So I used to call keyboard Casio for the longest time. और मैंने जसलीन से भी बात करते हुए बोला यार मुझे Casio बजाना आता है. तो कहती it's not Casio, it's a brand. Like Casio is a brand. So it's keyboard.
I was just acting cool, but everyone started like that only. I also started on a Casio.
Sure.
अभी भी यार कभी-कभी मुंह से Casio निकल जाता है. तो मैं Casio बजाती थी तब. And I remember कि जब भी मैं कोई song सुनती थी, I used to play it on the keyboard. And मेरे mom बोलते थे अरे वाह वाह वाह, but that is it. Then after that, I never played keyboard. Nothing like that happened before the lockdown. As soon as the lockdown happened, I used to keep telling people that I want to learn keyboard, I want to learn tap dancing, but time नहीं है. But as soon as I got time, I was like, okay, now it's time to practice what I preach. So I need to learn keyboard. So online, I started learning keyboard, and then Jasleen came on board and she just taught me a lot of things, and that's how everything happened.
Wow, cool. So if people ask you what skill you worked on in lockdown, your skill would be, polishing my skills on the keyboard. That's quite cool.
Yeah. My transition from Casio to keyboard.
From Casio to keyboard. Well said. And I believe, Jasleen, this is really the first time you've ever picked up the accordion. I mean, the accordion is such a beautiful classic thing. I mean, it reminds you of classic Bollywood cinema, classic Hollywood musicals. It's such a romantic instrument. But I also imagine a heavy instrument. So
it's really heavy.
yeah. Talk to me about the accordion. I mean, how you decided this is what you want to do with this particular song. Have you practiced on it before? Things like that.
So, like how Radhika said, I was also planning to, pick up the accordion at some point and do something about it because I had one lying at my home. So I bought shop se pehle, I was getting one from Paris and everything. So one of my friends, Daniel B. George, he's a crazy musician. So he just said कि मेरे घर पे पड़ा हुआ है ले जा. So उस दिन बजा तो 1 साल से पड़ा हुआ था. I never got the time, and lockdown के time पे. So Radhika was playing her keyboard, and I was just trying to help her to add more notes to whatever she was already playing. So वो करते करते I just picked up the accordion and I started jamming on her chord progression. So it just happened very naturally because I was also trying to pick something up and do. And lockdown we got the time, so that's how it happened, and I just started playing it.
Has Danny's accordion gone back to his studio, or have we just kept it?
Now it's not going back.
Happens all the time. If I take a book that I really love, I don't return it. And I just say, you love something that I love, you can take it from my house, but you ain't getting this. That's my own.
Yeah. So actually just gifted it to me. ऐसे रख ली routine like कि अब वापस ही मिलेगा बजा.
Lovely behind-the-scenes stories there of Radhika Madan and Jasleen Royal learning their musical instruments. More with the lovely ladies up ahead. Here's Ollie Murs with Snoop Dogg for now with Moves. I'm Hrishikesh and you're tuned into 94.3 Radio on One World, your station. Normani with her motivation, Radhika Madan the actress and Jasleen Royal the singer-composer. They've put out their modern version of the 60s classic Lag Ja Gale. And I'm chatting with the two of them now.
94.3.
This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
So how did Lag Ja Gale itself happen? I mean, I know Radhika, she said that she was helping you with some chord progression, but was that chord progression the song itself, or was it just some random song and then you decided to jam on this particular song? The choice of song and to decide to do this collaboration.
I think like we were just jamming. Okay, so if you listen to the introduction of this song, it is not related to Lag Ja Gale at all.
It's
different. Yeah, it's totally different from the song. So that is what we were doing, and organically, the lyrics started flowing, and we were like, okay, let's do it. Let's just work on that. So Lag Ja Gale just happened really organically. Like none of us, we didn't discuss at all that okay, let's shoot this song. But when Lag Ja Gale happened, it was something that we could relate to because there was so much of uncertainty outside, and we realized that what we have is today, and what we have is this present moment. And the song had that vibe. The song was saying the same thing. So I think what we were feeling while playing the keyboard and then while playing the accordion and what the song was, like what it meant, it just came in together, and it was very, very organic, and that's how we decided on Lag Ja Gale.
I'm actually quite thrilled and surprised at the same time, because you would expect girls in their 20s, early, mid, late 20s, like the two of you, to pick stuff which is even retro, maybe 90s music, but to pick up a 64 classic and do your thing on it. I mean, Jasleen, was that the stuff that you grew up listening to in Ludhiana? Or Radhika, I mean, were there classics playing in your house in Delhi when you were growing up? Jasleen?
Yeah, I mean, like this is a song which is timeless and which is evergreen. Yeah, that's what I keep telling everyone. Like, sometimes we just get so lost in what's trending, and some of the songs are so short-lived, but they come and go, but they make an impact and then they just disappear. But Lag Ja Gale is a song which is not gonna disappear because it's so pure, it makes you feel something, and which is relevant even now. So that's how it happened. Like, I think music does that to you. So it's never like an old song or a new song. If you like the song, you like the song. As in, like, I don't have a playlist where I decide like retro songs or new songs. I just have a few songs that I love.
That's interesting. So you're more about the sound than thinking about the period. Radhika, you like that too? Does your playlist, for example, have one current song suddenly go into an old song? Do you do a mix of that, or do you keep your playlist separate? Like you have a classic playlist and a current playlist and things like that?
Actually, different playlists. But I really like songs that has soul.
Yeah.
Like Lag Ja Gale is all soul. So कभी and बचपन में I remember जब मैं 15-16 भी होती थी तो मेरे रूम में हमेशा R.D. बर्मन और S.D. बर्मन यही सब गाने चलते थे. Lag Ja Gale भी बज रहा होता था और मेरे पेरेंट्स आते थे बोलते थे तो अपने एज के हिसाब से नहीं चलती है. तो कौन सी उम्र में जी रहे हम भी नहीं सुनते. तो मैं बोलती थी नहीं यार फील है कुछ दिल को आपको छूता है. तो या एक हाउ शी सेड देयर इज टाइमलेसनेस टू दीज सॉन्ग्स जो शॉर्ट लिव्ड नहीं है, जो अभी तक चले जा रहे हैं. आई थिंक हमारे बाद भी जो जनरेशन आएगी शायद वो लोग भी रेजोनेट कर पाएंगे.
Yeah, because it's quite interesting. I heard your version of Lag Ja Gale and I heard it a couple of times and I really loved it. I mean, actually it's a different song. It's not even a retake. I mean, it is a totally different song. I mean, the bedrock, the basis is the same. But I actually went back and YouTubed the original, and I was like, dude, I haven't heard the original in a long time. And a lot of people are going to be doing that, they're going to listen to your version and actually go back and say, oh wow, this was Sadhana ji and this was Manoj Kumar, this is Bokanthi, and you see that in the black and white tinge, and it's quite amazing. So big ups to you guys because you've actually diverted a lot of traffic to the classics, apart from what you've done with this one.
Radhika Madan and Jasleen shall continue on the show with me. My name is Hrishikesh, and allow me to slip in some Watermelon Sugar by Harry Styles now. Only on 94.3 Radio 11 World, your station. Suit and Tie by the incomparable JT, aka Justin Timberlake. Radhika Madan, post-Angrezi medium, the film has kept herself busy, and this time not in the acting department. She's brushed up her keyboard playing skills and collaborated with singer-songwriter Jasleen Royal on accordion and vocals. Their song and video in lockdown, Lag Ja Gale, has gone viral, and I'm in conversation with the girls.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
So I understand that you guys in your respective hometown, I mean, Jasleen, you've gone back to Ludhiana and Radhika is in Delhi. But this whole thing, this collab happened when you guys were in Bombay before you left.
Correct.
And did it happen online on software, or did you manage to meet at all, or were you in complete state of lockdown by the time you started working? Jasleen?
Yeah, so we were in a lockdown. We were at our respective home, and we were doing everything on a video call or whatever. And then then she sent me some music piece, and then I put it on my software, and that's how it happened. And I added my accordion to it, and then I sent her the final file, and then she shot it with the help of a cook, and I did it with my help here. So we just put it all together.
That is so cool. So basically, your house help, your cook shot the video of you, some frontal shots, some side shots. Is quite cool.
It's quite cool, and it's like really tough to like. It takes a lot of time because for her to just explain कि camera सीधा रखना है. It's a job for her because she's like, how does it matter? You're looking pretty. In this angle, crazy. And she was doing it as well. It's the same shot. Why is she making the shot again and again and again? It doesn't make sense. So I used to explain it to her that okay, अगर आप ऐसे कर दोगे तो कंप्यूटर पे ऐसा लगेगा. तो एक चीज समझाना ऊपर, then उसको कन्विंस करना, मुझसे ज्यादा उसको कन्विंस. Why is it important?
Yeah.
It was fast, but it was so much fun. And another thing happened, like while I was shooting the song, I just called Jasleen up because I found an anklet of mine. I think Payal thi ya kya thi, which I bought during the shoot of Angrezi Medium. And I just told Jasleen that I just asked her that can we do something with it? And she was like, yeah, no. And on WhatsApp audio, like how you send a voice note, I recorded the sound of the chimes, right? And that's how she integrated those sounds into the song.
So we wanted to keep everything organic. So like she had that file. So I told her to just tap it on her hand और एक कान में metronome लगा ले, app download करके click बज करेगा और उसके ऊपर एक दो pattern बजा के just send it to me and I'll just chop it and like put it somewhere. So that's how we added that little thing which just made a lot of sense. And
that's quite cool. I mean, it's like you hear stories of R.D. Burman during Churaliya, actually taking a glass and banging and things like that. Great improv skills. So I know that your Gharwale Didi helped you. God bless her. So who held the camera for you in Bombay?
My help only. तो पहले उसको बिठाना पड़ता था, फिर मैं उसको दिखा रही थी कि ऐसे करके ऐसे आई हो, हिलना नहीं चाहिए, सीधा आना चाहिए, like it has to be steady. And I did a little research on YouTube, like how do you reveal, how do you shoot it, like to teach him. So a lot of effort went into it, but I was happy doing that, and we just came together like that.
So in that aspect, the music, the profession that you and me are in, Jasleen, which is predominantly audio. I mean, the video is important too. When you get down to it, we can still do it from home studios, and that's a really lucky thing. But I think the profession that Radhika is a little more tricky because you don't know when you're going to get out. Film units and shootings are not quite easy places. There's entourages and people and things like that. So this is the time when people like you and me, Jasleen, can cultivate gratitude and say, fine, at least we can put our heads down and work. Have you gotten a lot achieved during the lockdown, or have you just gone with the flow? Do you wake up in the morning saying I need to work on stuff, or do you just say, I'm not going to be hard on myself, aaya to aaya?
No, actually I've had a lot of stuff which is pending fairly, and also I got a lot of clarity during the time because there was no deadline pressure, so I could understand what I want to do actually. Sometimes you get so lost in the deadlines and jo aa raha hai kare ja rahe ho, so then I could choose what I have to do and what I don't have to do, which made a lot of sense in my head. It gave me a lot of clarity. So baki there are a few singles I'm working on. I'm working on my own music and did some ad work and all of that. So luckily I've been one of those fortunate ones who've been working during the lockdown too.
Like Clinton was telling me that he had made a policy decision saying that he's going to keep his studio away from his home, but it didn't matter anymore because once the lockdown hit, it was work from home. Either you work or you don't, So a lot of us can't even make that choice anymore. You've just got to put your head down and work.
The life and times of Radhika Madan and Jasleen Royal in lockdown shall continue right here on 94.3 Radio 1. I'm Hrishikesh, and here's the legend himself, Eminem and Business. Dynamite by Tayo Cruz. I'm surrounded by pretty girls with some pretty awesome talent this morning. Posters, super vocals on songs for films like Kesari, Gully Boy, Veere the Wedding, Hichki, Pillori, Dear Zindagi, Shivai, and Bar Bar Dekho. Singer-songwriter-composer Jasleen Royal is back with an independent collaboration, this time with actress Radhika Madan. I'm talking to Jasleen and Radhika this morning.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
How's it been for you, Radhika? I mean, I know a lot of friends of mine in the business are a little stressed about what's going to happen. Some are talking to colleagues saying, कि अगर shoot करेंगे तो कैसे करेंगे? When we get out there, are we going to have masks? I mean, the background crew behind the camera can have masks and protective gear, but the actor and the actress or the characters who are in front of the camera can't have that. So have you been dialoguing with colleagues, trying to figure out what's going to happen, or have you been worried about it, or you're saying it's okay? How's life in lockdown been as far as work is concerned?
It's not in my hands. It's for them to figure it out. So I'm just not, just banging my head into it. I'm just working on myself. I just want to be a better person and a better artist every single day. I just want to learn new things every single day. That is my job. My job is not to, be concerned about the numbers, to make arrangements, or just to stress about कि अरे shoot कैसे होगी. वो producer के पैसे लग रहे हैं ना, उसको stress होना चाहिए. हमें पैसे मिलेंगे ठीक है. But I think as an artist, I feel like आपको खुद के ऊपर काम करना बहुत जरूरी है. That is what I work on. That is what I've been doing during this lockdown. I've picked up new skills. I wrote a few things. I learned piano. I learned tap dancing. So I was just working on myself, watched a lot of films, and spent time with family, read a lot of things. So that is it. That is it. बीच में of course थोड़ी बहुत online जो posts करते रहते हैं उसके लिए shoot करना होता है. But I also did an online play.
Yeah, I saw that. I saw an Insta post which Roshan Abbas had put out, you and Roshan Abbas. And that must have been so much fun doing an online play. Wow.
So amazing. So I wasn't missing being in front of the camera because I thought this is what it is now, I believe. And let's just make use of it. So I was polishing my skills and just learning something new every day. So that is it. That is what I was thinking during the lockdown. And
I think that's superb. I think it's superb. As opposed to a lot of actors and professionals who are letting this whole thing weigh down on them, you're just turning around and saying, let me soak in life experiences. Because what are you as actors? Your life experiences make you. And when you get onto the set, eventually, all of this that you're doing is going to help you put out a better performance. So big ups to you. You, of course, have been keeping really, really busy, and you've been doing some great stuff. I mean, in the sense that you took the Gully Boy song and, you did a very interesting take on it. And that, I want to know what that view is. Is that your house in Ludhiana? Is that the terrace of your house?
That's the farmhouse. So
this is your family's farmhouse away from Ludhiana, is it? Is that where you guys?
Yeah, like this 40 minutes drive.
Wow. So you were on the terrace, just strumming your guitar, and that was the background. So you see khates and all everywhere, yeah?
Yeah.
Wow.
काफी फिल्मी साउंड कर रहा है, but ऐसा दिखते खेत.
And who did the camera for that? Your brother?
Yeah, my brother.
So that was beautiful. I mean, it's a song that is so timeless. People like the three of us are going to sit here 50 years from now, some other people, and having a discussion on Jasleen Royal's song, just like we're talking about Lag Ja Gale.
Wow.
But the idea of, just doing it for this time, during this space, and doing it there at the farmhouse. Let's talk about that.
Yeah, I don't know, I just felt like singing that song because, a lot of, there's a lot of stuff going on social media, and I've always felt that, having conversations is, really important. Those heartfelt conversations, which can sometimes get difficult, are really important. So that's what the song is about. I wrote that song for my friends who were going through a tough time. That, just open yourself up and talk to me, and we'll figure it all out together. And this time has been so heavy, so there's so much to deal with. So I just felt like, putting it out there so that even if it reaches 2-3 people and who get inspired by it, and they end up reaching out to people they love, it'll just solve the purpose of the song. So that's what I was trying to do.
Good on you. Great stuff.
Super song now dedicated to these super girls, Jasleen Royal and Radhika Madan. It's Feel It Still by Portugal the Man. My name is Hrishikesh, and you're listening to me in 94.3 Radio 1 One World, your station. Canadian poster boy for the LGBTQ movement, that's Troye Sivan with My. It's all about adding to your skill set in lockdown. Actress Radhika Madan has brushed up her keyboard playing skills and is on to learning another musical instrument. Jasleen Royal has done an interesting version of her Gully Boy hit while also showing her chops on the classic accordion for the very first time. The result, a musical collaboration between these two artists. I'm talking to them about that and a whole lot more.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Radhika, I saw a picture of you with a ukulele. Is that a ukulele?
Yes, yeah.
So how far have you gotten on that? Are you taking tips from Jasleen on that too?
I think I should start. Good idea. Just a big song on ukulele.
Yeah, why not?
Yeah, why not?
You've got the keyboard and the accordion done. So time to bring it on.
Next on this term. That's next on the spot.
Remember, you got the idea here.
Yes.
No, but have you started work on it? I'm just asking on the
Yeah,
lark. I mean, you
just
sing.
little, this basic stuff, basic chords, and that is it.
Interesting.
मैंने बहुत पहले से खरीदा हुआ था, but उसका मैंने कुछ किया नहीं अभी तक. But thanks for reminding me. I need to start working on it. Yeah, I'll pick that skill up.
So listen, how long have you guys been buddies, Radhika? I mean, it's not often that actresses and music composers and singers get to hang out professionally. So, I'm not saying that you guys knew each other professionally first. It must have been like did you meet and hang out at a friend's place? How long do you know each other, and how did this friendship happen?
Yeah, a year and a half.
Roughly a year, yeah.
Yeah, I think it was right after Marg Ko Dard Nahi Hota, and I've always been Jaslene's fan. Like from the way I used to watch her in India's Got Talent when she came in
India's Got Talent, yeah.
She's a contestant, and I remember eating food and just praying for her to win the show. I was a kid. And,
You feel like you're a kid and all. Like, come on.
I'm not a kid. I'm just too.
I'm kidding.
Yeah. So I've been her fan since a long time. And after Marg, I think I got her message.
Yeah, so I'll tell you what happened. Like, I saw Marg Ko Dard Nahi Hota, and I was like really impressed by her performance. Like, some characters like stay with you when you finish watching a film.
Yeah.
And I just felt like writing to her, like that was amazing, and the action she's done, how she's done it, and whatever. And like it understanding, like just let her know, like it's a great performance. I went to her Instagram profile and I saw a follow back instead of following. I was like, okay, wow. Then I messaged her, and then I got to know she's been following me, and she saw my India's Got Talent audition, and it was just like mutual admiration, which just turned into this friendship. And also she's like so into music and poetry that we've always had conversations when we go to our common friends' houses. Like there's Apar and there's Sanya, so we end up like discussing a lot of music and poetry. So still, like, I think that's how like music has become a part of like our friendship.
Awesome. And to me, Nit Nit is another song that it's been a while since it came out. It's been about 3 or 4 months, but it's helped a lot of people through this lockdown. And Radhika will really agree with me. And I think for you, what comes naturally is singing these Punjabi lyrics, And is this your long-time collaborator, the lyric writer? I mean, you've done some work before, haven't you? You guys?
We've done Nasdeni Sare and Kidrita in this one. Yeah.
So talk about Nit Nit now. I mean, you must be getting so much love for that song, the video. I mean, I hadn't seen Rajat Barmecha since Udaan, yeah? So it's great to have him in the video. Talk to me.
Yeah, exactly. Like, I loved Udaan. Like, I'm a fan of Rajat, and it's one of my favorite films. So it was great to have him on the video. And yeah, like, Nit Nit is just a very special song in a way that, first of all, it stars my dog in it.
What's his name?
Kobe.
Yeah. It's Jasleen and Kobe, yo.
Yeah. So it's like very personal. The song is very personal, and yeah, like that's how it happened. And to have Rajat on board, and even Suhail do a cameo in the video was pretty cool. And like I've been getting a lot of messages on Insta and everything. People are loving it, so it's like really overwhelming. And I love that it's been received so well.
And Kobe is from Kobe, the basketball player? God bless his soul.
Kobe is just Kobe because when I looked at him, he just looked like a Kobe to me. It makes no sense.
Go check it out if you haven't as yet. The video for Nit Nit featuring Kobe the pup. Still more to come with singer-songwriter Jasleen Royal and actress Radhika Madan. It's been a fantastic morning. I'm Hrishikesh. Time to soak in the sounds of Owl City and the real world. Right here on 94.3 Radio 1 World, your station. Step off the train, walking down your street again. Epic lyrics, epic song that's missing by everything but the girl. Jasleen Royal is one of the brightest singer-songwriters in the country. And Radhika Madan is one of the brightest young actresses in the country. Think Mard Ko Dard Nahi Hota, Pataka and Angrezi Medium, those films. I'm talking to the two ladies about their collaboration, their friendship and their careers.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
These last couple of months haven't been easy for the film business. I mean, I remember you coming into my studio, Jasleen, and telling me, I think Shivai or some song happened because of Irfan Khan in a way, because you were over at their house and you were playing, and it just happened, and we lost Irfan. Radhika obviously was very personally affected by that, because you're so close to him, so just your comments on losing him. Mr. Kapoor, of course, was a previous generation, and now, it's really unfortunate what happened with Sushant. So I'd like you guys to just a couple of lines on Irfan Irfan, on Sushant, both of you. Jasleen.
Yeah, so like I remember meeting Irfan sir when I had not even moved to Bombay. I was in Delhi. I got a call from his friend that Irfan sir is having a party, musical night at his house, which is very unusual. It's not like a regular event. It's like happens once in a blue moon. So he said like he would like to invite you. Him and his son Babil, they loved my song Panchi, and they called me. I remember flying from Delhi to Bombay to join them for that night, and he was so welcoming. And I didn't know how to greet them, I was a little nervous, and I just extended my hand, and he's like he just ignored that and gave me a side hug. And that whole night, we were just discussing and just poetry, and Ishad Kamil was there, and it was so nice. And I remember the next day when I went back home, he called me because at one point at the party I asked him like, what should I do? Should I reach out to people or what? And then he called me and he said like, तुम ज़्यादा जल्दी मत करो, तुम पहुंच जाओगे, अपने आप पहुंच जाओगे.
Wow.
So it was so encouraging and nice of him to say that to me, because like I was just a newcomer. And after a few months, I got a call from Shivai's team that we heard you at Irfan sir's house and we want Ajay sir would like to meet you. So that's how I got Shivai, and I think it's all because of Irfan sir. And I would always remember his encouraging words, and he was so warm and so nice to me.
And Radhika, that hug thing, something similar happened with you, isn't it? I mean, the first time you met him, you also went for the handshake and you got a hug. What a lovely man.
Yeah, exactly. The similar thing happened. Like I just addressed him. This was my very first meeting with him, and I just said, "Hi, Papa," and he just smiled and he was like, "Okay, acha, aap hai," and he just gave me a hug, and that is it. Like, it was so encouraging how he was with me on set, and he just addressed me as an equal, as a fellow artist. And it's so important to do that. Like, this is a learning that I'm going to keep with myself till the very end. Like, he didn't demean me or he didn't look down upon me. You don't have a lot of experience, I'm Irfan Khan, the international star. He didn't do that. He actually used to ask me, how do you see the scene and how do you feel about this and feel about that? And it's so encouraging for a person like me who's fairly new in the industry to get that kind of encouragement.
That's why Irfan Khan was so special. God bless his soul. Listen, there's still more to come in this fabulous Radhika Madan and Jasleen Royal interview, but I'm afraid we've run out of time today. But I assure you, we are going to do a part 2 tomorrow on the gig, so perfect excuse to come back and listen to me, yo. I'm Hrishi K, and here's B.O.B. with Hayley Williams, a song called Airplanes. Enjoy this only on 94.3 Radio 11 World, your station. Louis Tomlinson, another One Directioner going solo with success, a song called Kill My Mind. Part 2 now of the Jasleen Royal and Radhika Madan interview. They've collaborated and put out an awesome song and video, Lag Ja Gale. They take on the classic 60s track. Now the singer-songwriter and actress are great friends, of that there is no doubt, but they also have a great value system in place. Jasleen sitting in her parents' home in Ludhiana and Radhika in her family home in Delhi. Gotta chat about that.
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishi K.
And to me, what you girls have done is just the perfect example of how, you tackle your lives. You were in Bombay in lockdown, Radhika, and once the flights opened up, you went back home to family, isn't it? And it's just so important, especially for actors who are living alone. Bombay is a great place, Karam Bhumi and this and that. But the fact that you went back to family and you're now cocooned there with family, that must be really lovely. And in light of what Sushant went through, I think it's more important for all of us right now to reach out to our friends, to reach out to our families, to reach out to even professionals if we need that help. So talk about that. Talk about being in lockdown alone and then, when things opened up, just coming back to your family.
I think in this lockdown, I've learned a lot of things here. I've learned what's actually important. We just keep running in this rat race, getting nowhere. Like, I'm so grateful that I have food on my plate, or I have my health with me, and I have a loving family. That is what is important to me. That is it. I think that is what I've learned in this lockdown, like what is my actual priority. And I had not met them for good 3 months. And as soon as the flights opened up, I was like, I need to see them because I remember my mom calling me on Mother's Day because I had put out a very emotional post on my Instagram account. And I just picked up the phone and she was crying on the phone. And I couldn't be with her. I couldn't hug her. I couldn't console her. I couldn't tell her that it's it's okay, I'm okay here. You don't need to worry about me. I was missing her physical touch so much. We sometimes take all these little things for granted because we just keep telling that we don't have time and I'm busy with this interview and I have this project. But when everything comes at a halt, or when everything pauses, you realize that you actually don't crave. You crave going on set, but not that much. What you actually crave is your mother's lap. You need
Very
that
beautifully
peaceful
put.
sleep, and that is what your priority is. And that's why, as soon as the flights opened up, I rushed home.
Jasleen, what we were just talking about is something I need you to comment on. It's just lovely that the two of you, you live in Bombay. It's your Karam Bhumi. You do all your work there, and there's been so much talk about how all of us as artists go through tremendous pressure. People in other professions also go through a lot of pressure.
Yeah.
It's just that there's a lot of spotlight on us, but it's very important to reach out. If you're living with a partner, with a boyfriend or a girlfriend or your husband or a wife, that's great because you have that support at home. Yeah. The other end of the spectrum, if you don't have that particular support, it's very important to do what you girls did, which is, when flights opened up, just went back home. And it must be so wonderful to be cocooned with family, Jasleen, in Ludhiana at this time. Yeah.
Yeah, definitely. Like I actually drove from Mumbai to Ludhiana because of my dog, and I just want to be home and spend that time with my family. Like Radhika said, like during the lockdown, you got a lot of clarity. Like you get clarity work-wise, what you want to do and what you want to do with your time. You always keep procrastinating. कि हाँ कर लेंगे, कल करेंगे, परसों करेंगे. And sometimes like earlier, I used to come back home and I would just eat my food, watching a show or something. Like I'd have dinner with my parents or whatever. But in the lockdown, I realized like I don't want to waste this time, saying that कि कल करूँगा परसों. It's very important to have those connections, your support system, and to have those friends and family members in your life because that's what matters in the end.
Wonderful.
Sense and Sensibility with Jasleen Royal and Radhika Madan. A last leg still to go with the ladies up ahead. Let's wait for that with some great music. Here are Diplo, Thomas Rhett and Young Thug with their hot current hit Dance With Me. This is 94.3 Radio 1 World, your station. My name is Hrishikesh. The Imagine Dragons belting out their super hit on top of the world. Super talented Radhika Madan and Jasleen Royal have been keeping me company. We've talked music, their friendship, the lockdown, their families, and so much more. Time to wind it down, and the best way to wind things down would be to have some unplugged tunes. Courtesy Jasleen, what say?
94.3. This is Good Morning Mumbai with Hrishikesh.
Okay, before we wrap, Jasleen, get your instrument, your tools of your trade out. And I would request you to maybe start with a little bit of Lag Ja. Let's have a medley. So let's start with a little bit of Lag Ja Gale, and then maybe we can go to Nit Nit, and then maybe we can sign off with Girls Like You, the Maroon 5 song, Cardi B song, which I saw a version of. Again, such a beautiful version that you've done.
Thank you.
So if you could give us a medley of these three, then Radhika and me can just be your cheerleaders.
Thank you. So this is the song that Radhika and I just did together. I'll sing a couple of lines.
Whoa!
Thank you.
Let's do Nit Nit.
नित नित तेरे उत्ते निंदरा उड़ाइया अंबरा तू कुछ तारे देनगे गवाइया नित नित तेरे उत्ते दौलता लुटाई तेरे कुछ किया तुम्हें कदरा पाइया दिल दुखा के तेरा तुझसे सो गया है वे यार रुस के बह गया इश्क मेरे तो मनदानी मेरी याद तेरा गया कुछ नहीं मेरा रहा कुछ नहीं गया तेरा सच नहीं वो तेरा गया कुछ नहीं मेरा रहा कुछ नहीं गया तेरा सच नहीं वो तेरा गया कुछ नहीं मेरा रहा कुछ नहीं गया तेरा सच नहीं
Sweet! And let's have girls like you now, please.
Girls like you. And Radhika, please join in with
Come on, Radhika.
Come on.
Yeah.
1, 2, 3, go. Girls like you don't know, guys like me to somehow when I come to, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Girls like you love fun, yeah. Me do what I want when I come to, I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. Yeah, yeah, yeah. I need a girl like you, yeah, yeah.
Beyonce!
Thank you.
Listen, Radhika, I forgot to ask you, is Shiddat completely over or there's some portions left to be shot? Your film with Kunal Deshmukh, Sunny Kaushal, where is that?
It's done. It's done. It's
Okay.
done.
So obviously there are no announcements on the release date as yet. It's
Not
done,
yet.
you're just
I
waiting
think
for.
There's some patchwork left. That depends on KD, how he wants to, if he wants to reshoot or not. But we're done with the shoot.
I can't wait to speak to you about that. Lots of love. Radhika, thank you so much. Jasleen, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you for giving us joy with your music, your personalities, and thank you for doing this. This was so
Thank you
special.
so much, Radhika.
Thank you so much, Hrishikesh.
Bye. See you.
Bye.
Jasleen Royal and Radhika Madan, wonderful girls, in an interview with me there. Here's the equally wonderful Shania Twain and her Up, right here on 94.3 Radio 1 World, your station. I'm Hrishi K.